Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you all are doing well today. Elliot here, welcome back to The Fragrance Well. So as of today, me shooting this video, it is New Year's Eve. We are closing out the year of 2023. All I want to say is I hope you guys have had a prosperous year, and I hope 2024 is a better year for you. It's been a great year for me. I cannot complain, and I look forward to 2024 being a better year. I appreciate what you guys have done for this channel. I did start it in this year, and it has grown far beyond what I had expected any kind of goals for my channel to be met. So I appreciate you guys. I just want to say thank you first and foremost. So New Year's Eve, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to break out something nice for the New Year's Eve celebrations going on this evening. So I'm gonna just give 8 fragrances that I think are great New Year's Eve celebrations, and I would say these fragrances are ones you wear if you want to go out with a bang. In other words, they're not your typical run-of-the-mill fragrances for the masses. I've got 8 of them once again, and we're gonna go over them right now. But before we do, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you do like this content, and remember to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get it started. First one is actually going to be my scent of the evening tonight, and that's from Le Labo, and this is Tabac 28. Le Labo Tabac 28. Oh, come on, don't start tripping with the focus. Anyway, this is a tobacco fragrance if you haven't already figured it out, and it is tobacco leaves soaked in rum. I love the way this smells. You also got a little bit of cardamom in there, some gaiac wood giving it a little bit of smokiness, some nice oud just kind of adding some depth to the fragrance. I mean, it's a relatively simple scent. I wouldn't say it goes through a lot of changes, but it is in a complete accord, and it just smells amazing. I've talked about this fragrance on the channel before, and I said how really this kind of reminds me of a guy who's celebrating some kind of achievement or something in a cigar lounge drinking some fine cognac. And that's kind of how I feel like this year went for me, so I'm gonna wear this tonight. I'm not exactly gonna be doing that. I actually have to work. I'm gonna be playing drums tonight. I pretty much do that every New Year's Eve. But I wanna wear this fragrance because I think it's indicative of how the year has gone for me. And also I know ain't nobody gonna be wearing this where I'm gonna be playing tonight. So once again, from the house of Le Labo, this is Tabac 28. All right, next one's coming from the house of Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Oud. Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. So this one was on the short list for me to wear tonight, but I ultimately decided to go with Tabac 28. But this is a stunning fragrance. Obviously, also another tobacco one, also featuring a little bit of booziness. There's a kind of a whiskey-like accord in here. There's a little bit of spiciness, and of course there is some oud, and it is a little, I wouldn't say animalic. It's just, it can be a little pungent off the top. Wouldn't say this fragrance is for everybody, but I'd say it is a high class scent. Definitely one that's gonna have you standing out. And I would pretty much wear this to a at least semi-formal to more formal occasion if I was gonna do something like that on New Year's Eve celebrations. So yeah, if I was going to kind of your just chill party kind of vibe, I wouldn't necessarily go for this, but then again, you can wear what you want. But that's kind of how I would place this one, and I do think you are gonna go out with a bang wearing a scent as good as Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud. So once again, Tobacco Oud from the house of Tom Ford. All right, guys, next one's from the house of Arabian Oud, and we've got Madawi Gold Edition. Madawi Gold Edition. So this is a very rich and syrupy pineapple fragrance. You got some red fruits kind of notes in here. There's some nice florals, a lot of sweet accords, might be some vanilla, some tonka bean, things like that. This right here, I'd say can pretty much work for anything. If you're especially taking somebody out, this will definitely work. So this one here kind of covers the gambit, if you will. I don't think you can really close this one in a box. One thing is for sure with this fragrance though, you will smell delicious, and if that is something you are going for, as well as smelling high class, this fragrance here I think will give you that. You will definitely stand out, in my opinion, for your New Year's Eve celebration if you rock something like this. So once again, from the house of Arabian Oud, this is Madawi Gold Edition. All right, guys, so the next one's coming from the house of Day 3 Fragrances. This is Ambar Dominicano. Ambar Dominicano from Day 3 Fragrances. So this was actually my scent of the day yesterday. So wasn't gonna wear it again today, although I could. I mean, I do think it is an awesome New Year's Eve scent. This one's gonna give you that rum and coke kind of vibe. Also a lot of other boozy elements in here. There's like a wine accord. There's a marijuana accord, which I have not experienced yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that next year. There's some nice kind of sugary sweetness in here. It's very well balanced, very high class sweetness, not super candied, super bubblegummy or anything like that. This is a amazing scent. Smells so great, but it's also not overbearing. There's a little bit of a subtlety to this, so I think that adds to the great wearing experience. You're not gonna choke the room out, so to speak, with this, but you will leave a really nice scent cloud, really nice sillage. Great for, I would also say, pretty much can work for any kind of occasion. This can work for the chill, casual New Year's Eve experience, as well as something high class, something formal. Use your imagination for what you might want to use it for. Once again, from Day 3 Fragrances, this is Ambar Dominicano. All right, next one, coming from the House of Parfums de Marly, we've got Carlisle. Parfums de Marly, Carlisle. Now, remember, in the community, this one's probably not going to be one you would consider to be a standout because a lot of people know about Carlisle. I'm sure a lot of people have Carlisle. I'm sure many people are wearing Carlisle tonight. But you got to remember, outside of the community, not many people know about this. Matter of fact, Leighton is the more popular fragrance amongst the masses. I'm sure some do know, but this is not as popular outside of the community as it is in it. But anyway, you guys probably know what this is. You know, got that kind of apple-like accord. I wouldn't say it's very realistic, but it is an apple flavoring to it, some spices, really nice floral heart. I like the Divana in here, kind of a fruity, smooth, tea-like vibe. Great patchouli, vanilla. You all know what's in this. I'm sure you've been familiar with it. And yeah, this will be a great fragrance for standing out, in my opinion, unless you're meeting up with a bunch of other fragrance enthusiasts. This is also another one I would say can pretty much work for any type of celebration. So this one here, I wouldn't put into a box. Once again, from the House of Parfums de Marly, this is Carlisle. All right, next one's coming from the House of Histoire des Parfums. This is Noir Pathcouli. Histoire des Parfums Noir Pathcouli. You know what? I really like the fragrances from this house. There are many interesting ones, but I also can understand why in the community it's not a house that gets a lot of attention, but they do have some good stuff. I really do like this one as well. So obviously it's a patchouli fragrance. I think patchouli can always work really well if you like patchouli. Compared to like Psychedelic, where that's a really kind of earthy patchouli, this one is not quite as earthy, has a lot of kind of fresh spices to it. I wouldn't say it's a fresh patchouli, but it has a lot of fresher spices, and there's a lot of musk in this. It almost dries down more musky than it does patchouli-y, in my opinion, but I still think it's a great patchouli fragrance. This one here, again, I think it kind of can work for everything, maybe semi-formal up, it'll work a little bit better. And interesting comparison to this one, when my wife smelled it, she pointed out that like that kind of smells like the big adult store that we have here. And as soon as she said it, I'm like, you know what, that kind of makes a lot of sense. I have to agree. The adult store that we have this big adult store here that we've gone to a couple of times, and it does kind of have this kind of smell to it, and it makes sense because most people that go to it for probably, you know, doing adult things in the 70s when smells like this were probably a lot more prevalent amongst the masses, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. But anyway, this is a good scent. Performs really nicely, really nice projection, and it has an intrigue to it, and you definitely are not gonna smell like everybody else there, so you're gonna stand out a little bit with a scent like this. Once again, from Histoire des Parfums, Noir Pathcouli. All right, next one, from the House of Tiziana Terenzi, this is Ursa. Tiziana Terenzi, Ursa. Now this one here is going to be one that I think is, I don't know if I'd say love it or hate it, but it's not going to be for everybody in terms of the wearer. You have to definitely like dried fruits, and you have to like resins and incense and slightly smoky, leathery scents to like this one. But man, this one smells glorious in the air, in my opinion. Like I said, you got those dried fruits, you got some rum accords, a little bit of oud in this, lots of resins in this, a little bit of incense, a little bit of a smoky vibe, some leathery accords as well. And it just really smells insanely good in my opinion, and you will definitely stand out from pretty much everybody wherever you're wearing this. This one here, same thing, I'd say kind of semi-formal and above. You could wear it to a more casual setting, but I don't know if it really matches that, so to speak. But again, you can wear what you want, but that's where I would place this one. So once again, from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, this is Ursa. All right, guys, the final fragrance for this list. Another one from the house of Arabian Oud. This is the Rare Oud. Arabian Oud, the Rare Oud. Now, this fragrance here is literally Thai oud. So you're getting a lot of what Thai oud has to offer. And what's interesting about Thai oud is you definitely have the woody aspect, but it has a more resinous characteristic to it, supported with a little bit of spices. I can't say it smells like any other kind of resin. I think it's just oud resin that is of Thai oud. But the spices the spices I get from this are kind of hints of cinnamon and maybe a little bit of coriander, spices like that. You know, I might be wrong. You know, someone might be able to point it out a little bit more accurately than I can, but that was the first thought that came to my head when I first wore this. Now for this one, in my opinion, this is formal and up. Either a very formal party, almost like a company New Year's Eve party or something like that, very formal occasion, or something where you are just dressed to the T. That's where I think this fragrance will make the most sense. One thing is for sure though, you're gonna stand out from this, and stand out you will greatly. Obviously, a lot of people are not rocking many oud fragrances, and if they are, I wouldn't say they're definitely going to be rocking something like this. So, amazing fragrance in my opinion. If you like oud, I'd say this is one you definitely would want to try, or should I say check out. Once again, from the house of Arabian Oud, this is the Rare Oud. Alright, and that's it for this video, guys. Appreciate you watching all the way into the end. Leave a comment down below. What are you guys rocking for this New Year's Eve? And I, once again, hope you guys have had a wonderful year, and I hope 2024 year is a great and prosperous year for you as well. So remember to be well and smell well, and I will see you in the new year and the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.